welcome back to Tiny Time Travelers. I am so sorry. I just wanted to say I'm so sorry um, for just the delay of everything and the videos. And I am working on a good schedule to be able to make more videos, be on my social media more, and to work on our website. And if you all watched us from the van tour, thank you all for coming along and subscribing. And we've met so many awesome people on our travels that I just really want to show my appreciation and just tell you all I really appreciate everyone for supporting our journey. And so this video, I wanted to just talk more about what we've been doing, why we've been gone, um, and what are we doing now? Because a lot of people have been wondering what is going on. Where have you all been? And I would love to just share some information with you all. So as you all can see that we now have a RV instead of the van. And it changed about a month and a half ago because our van went out. We had just a little couple of mechanical issues, and they were pretty bad to the point where I just had to let go of the van. And I'll do a detailed video about that. And I just wanted to share that we're also no longer in Arizona, in the Phoenix area. We relocated to
Venus.
Sorry, that's my daughter. We relocated to Florida. So now we're just taking our time doing our RV renovation. I also homeschool and I'm still working from home. So now that I've gotten a routine now that I'm not driving primarily, I have more of an opportunity to utilize my anytime that I'm off of work for my Tiny Time Travelers channel and for our social media and website. So just wanted to share what have we been up to then. So since our last video, which was about the zoo, we went our last trip in Phoenix, we went to the zoo, and I'll link that above for you all. And our right after we went to the zoo, we ended up going over, ended up driving down to Mexico for a missions trip with our church. And we were down there for an event called the Day of the Child. And it's just, it was just an event to bring children together. It's all over Mexico that they host this special day for children, and it was really fun. Our since it was for the children, our families were able to go from the church. We have several families from our church go with their children, and then of course me and my daughters, we went and we stayed at an RV resort, RV park that was right next to the church, and it was also about 5 minutes driving from the beach, and it was really nice. We were able to help out and explore Mexico, and we really enjoyed it. And I actually saw several videos where people were saying, the mechanical issues of when they left the U.S. and having mechanical issues, and we did not have mechanical issues in Mexico. However, once we got back, that's when the problems started occurring. We got back to Tucson. We drove to Tucson, and right shortly we were going from Mexico, and then we were going to New Mexico, and shortly in between there, I started noticing that it started smoking a little bit. Um, it started smoking a little bit, and I got out the car and I noticed there was some smoke, so I called my friend who knows about cars, and they were able to help me to just let me know something that could have the possibilities that could be wrong. And so I went to the mechanic, and come to find out, first they said it was a water pump issue, and so I got that fixed. And right after getting the water pump fixed, then they told me that there was a a head gasket issue. So the head gasket is a really extensive part on vehicles, and you know, it could happen at any time to anybody, whether you're traveling or not. Um, and I guess because I had not owned a vehicle in a very long time, like 4 years, that because we lived in both Seattle and we also lived in Phoenix, where we lived along the light rail. We lived close to downtown. Um, we utilized the light rail to get around a lot. We lived next to grocery stores, so um, it was easy to commute. And with me not with me not being able to having to go into work, I can work from home. We really never really needed a car, so that's what taught me, just be prepared, even more financially when you're thinking about this lifestyle, because especially if you have like anything that's motorized, whether you have a converted van, you have a class A, a class C, a class B, any type of motorized vehicles, or you just have to be prepared for anything happening. Even for travel trailers, these are towables. So that includes A-frames, pop-ups, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers. Literally, if you're towing a towing something, or you're driving it, then you have to like factor in those costs, that those unexpected um, costs. Because yes, I got the head gasket fixed, and it took 10 days. We stayed at the mechanics for 10 days, and they were very nice. We were able to stay in our van. They had the hookups also there, and um, they also let us use cars, a fleet of cars, for when people at that particular shop, whenever someone was getting their car service, they'll let them borrow a fleet car just so they can get around, do errands and stuff. And so they allowed us to use the car, and we were grateful for all of that. And once we got that fixed, I just felt so relieved, like we had our van back. It is so odd because I had not expected for us to actually like, the van. I went in to this whole full-time traveling mindset. I started thinking about this 2 years ago, and I started writing everything down. Started factoring all the costs in living in one-bedroom apartments, and that totaled around to $72,000 for 4 years of living in a one-bedroom apartment. And it was just mind-boggling, because that's a lot of money, and for to not own a piece of property or anything. And so I started looking heavily into full-time traveling 2 years ago. And at first I started looking at class C's, and then I talked to my family and my aunt, who's just like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but you gotta think about gas mileage, and it's more than just gas mileage that you gotta think about, but that does factor in. And so instead of going for a class C, I ended up looking into travel trailers, and I had my mindset and my mindset on one. We went to the RV dealerships, we went to RV shows. It was so fun, just to go and see them, and see which ones that we liked. It was one particular that I really liked, the Jayco 174 BH. Is because the BH means bunkhouse, and the bunkhouse means that there are bunk beds, and that worked because it was small. If I wanted to learn how to tow, because I was thinking about towing, I just don't know how to yet. But I'll get into that soon, as well. But it was still small enough where I can tow it, and also it offered enough space, with having the three beds. They had the dinette, the kitchen, the bathroom, and I can also stand in it. So these are factors that I was looking into, and it was it was just something that when I got the van, I was not expecting to one get the van, and two, I wasn't expecting for us to like it. And so when we got the van back. To get back on track. When we got the van back, we made our way out to Oklahoma, and then that's when the Texas Oklahoma area, and that's when we were. I noticed something really bad happened. We were in the middle of tornadoes, one, and we ended up like after I got gas, we ended up slowing down, like very drastically, and I got out and it was smoke. It was like steam coming out of the engine.
That's what traveling in a vehicle is about. Sometimes it breaks down, any type of vehicle, whether you're full time traveling or not. So we just got to get it done one step at a time.
And there was just steam coming out of it. And I called my friend who helped us out the first time, um, and they said turn off the vehicle right now. They said your engine is your motor. It sounds like that's is gone, and we were in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of like we were just at the borderline of Texas, Oklahoma, and we were too far from the nearest city, but the nearest city surrounding areas, but also it was just with the tornadoes going, the tow trucks. It took so long. We had to wait out there, and I ended up going to a mechanic in the area, but it was like I thought that everything would have been fixed because of the network, with the parts and services that were put on for the head gasket. It was supposed to have been a particular type of warranty for it, and it was like a nationwide within the network. But since we were in a very remote area, uh, that particular area didn't work with the warranties, and they ended up saying that it was the motor was blown, and the exact same amount that to pay for the head gaskets, it would have been the exact same amount again to pay for the new motor. And this was a week later after we had left Arizona. So I had to make the hard call, and I was going to get it fixed, but my family just thought that it would be a wise decision to just let it go and get everything that we needed, and they came and helped us. They picked us up, and they drove 10 hours, well technically 20 because it was a 20-hour like round trip, and 10 hours there and then 10 hours back to where we're from. And we stayed with my grandmother for a month, and during that time I just worked. I just picked up way more hours. I really liked the flexibility of my job because during the times that we were traveling, of course, I'm the designated driver, so I am the one primary, the only driver. I'm doing homeschooling on the road, and then we have just the events that we were doing while we were on the road, and also we had the dog at the time, so it was just a lot to like switch, but I was able to do that. I was able to go from just you just going from being on the go constantly to just settling down for a month, and I just worked. I just took the time and I just worked and worked and worked, and um, I just saved up my money. Well, I just used that check, and then the next check, and we came down to Florida, and we figured that coming down to Florida would be easier, um, and the trip will be quicker than having to go all the way back to Arizona. It would have taken way longer. The trip to going back to Arizona, um, the distance, it would have taken a lot longer to get back. And I spent the time while I was working to calling around different RV parks and RV resorts because I figured just to get back on track, like. Um, The reason why I wanted to start an RV anyway was to reduce the cost of, just saving more money and be able to pay off my student loans and um, get out of that type of debt and just be free to be able to utilize my money better, more wisely. So that's the whole purpose of us going with RVing. So I just prayed and I just was just in a state where I just didn't know um, what to really do, expect, or anything. And um, I was just reminded, no matter what, whatever life circumstance comes your way, um, it'll be okay. Everything will get better. To find out that we were en route already. We were actually looking at this RV resort. About 2 years ago, I actually had it all saved, this actual place. And I came to find that the owner was selling their trailer at the actual park that I had looked at. And um, it was just good timing, God's timing. And we ended up getting the RV, and now we're here. We didn't have to tow it or anything like that. It was already here. Um, we're just taking it day by day now. And I was just actually speaking with someone who's a single parent, and I mean, it's a lot of families here too. It's a very family friendly RV resort, and I was speaking with someone recently, and they were just like, how we handle tough situations. Um, how do we represent this for our children? We're being, as parents, we have to, be role models as for our children. And how does my attitude affect them about everything? Of course, they were sad that, you know, van life. We had a song and everything. The girls loved it. They would show people. We have van life, and I'm just like, that is so weird. But it was, it, we met so many cool people along with this journey, um, and we're still continuing to do that. And because of the positive outlook and positive mindset, even in this tough time, the girls they've just been excited, and now we have another excitement of renovating the RV, and um, one day I plan to move up and get a different RV, and hopefully is the ultimate goal is to get RVs, renovate them, and then helping out other people, in different situations that they've been going through, like financial, abusive, um, anything, any type of situation where someone is just in need of affordable living, um, or just an alternative to get out of the rat race, and they just want something that's more affordable that they can pay with cash. Okay. Whether they want to travel, and they're looking at the expenses of flights, of hotels, of car rentals. And I do understand um, how that can be costly over time as well, because that's how we traveled prior to van life, prior to RV life. My daughters and I, we've been over 20 places together, and um, to two international countries together. And this is way before van life even, or RV life, was actually set into stone this year. So um, if I can help people find the resources, or just information about doing this type of extreme living, I guess it's extreme. It's definitely different than apartment living, but help help in any way. Help in any way, with like finding remote jobs, or you know any way that I can help somebody else out, I will gladly do it. So now we're just taking our time. This is our what's next. We're just taking our time. I'm renovating an RV. I'll be doing a tour of the RV soon, and now I've created a schedule that allows me to both work from home, um, and to homeschool, but also allows me to do this more effectively. So I'm really excited for this journey, and I'm really thankful for everyone who's following along with us. I would love to get to meet more people, do meetups and um, homeschool meetups if you want to, travel meetups, anything like that. Um, there are so many people who are out here that are surprisingly doing this. So I'm really excited, and I once again appreciate everybody for your kind words, your support, even for the time that we've been gone and getting everything together. I really do appreciate everyone, and I I'm looking forward to making more weekly YouTube videos and doing it on a more consistent basis. And if anybody wants to know or have any questions, um, I probably could do a Q&A video. So if you have any questions for me, just comment below and just let me know and I'll make a video. And everybody knows, about the like, share, subscribe if you like the content. Bye. And if you want like to share it with anybody, sorry, that was just neighbors, and everybody's just friendly. So, well, not everybody, but I'd also do a video on safety and just remaining safe while traveling because that's serious. But anything that you all want to know, I mean, even regarding safety, and I'll make a video and put or add it to my schedule for our Tiny Time Travelers channel. And I really appreciate for everybody watching. Have a good day. Bye.